All right, today we're going to dive into a bitty powerful framework for turning artificial intelligence into a real, actual source of income. We'll be breaking down the strategies from a channel called AI Profit Lab so you can see the practical steps involved. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's just start with a big question, right? You hear about AI all the time, but how do you go from just knowing about it to actually using it to make money? Well, it's a huge shift for sure, and the secret is really understanding the specific skills and paths that make it all possible. So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about this AI gold rush we're in. Then we'll introduce our guide for today, AI Profit Lab. After that, we'll get into the essential skills they teach, figure out who this is really for, and finally, wrap up with this idea of building your own digital empire. You know, it really does feel like we're living in a new kind of gold rush. But this time, the frontier isn't out west. It's completely digital. The tools are all powered by AI, and honestly, the barrier to get started has never, ever been lower. And this right here, this is the core promise of this whole new era. The crucial thing to get is that AI isn't just for data scientists or huge tech companies anymore. It's becoming a hands-on tool for everyday people to do things like, automatically research an entire ebook, generate amazing marketing copy for a new service, or even build simple apps without writing a single line of code. Okay, so the opportunity is massive. We get that. But how do you actually navigate it? Well, that brings us to the source of the framework we're breaking down today, a channel that goes by AI Profit Lab. And they don't mince words, do they? Their whole mission is right there in the tagline. Their entire game is showing people how to build an income with AI. So let's dig into the actual skills and methods they're talking about. So what do you actually need to learn to make this happen? Let's break down the core curriculum that this framework puts forward. Okay, this one is huge. A really big piece of the puzzle is this idea of no code. And this is such a big deal because it lets regular people build applications without having to be a programmer. Think of platforms like Bubble or Glide. You can literally build a tool that summarizes articles, for example, just by dragging and dropping stuff around on your screen. It's a game changer. And this is basically the roadmap they lay out, the profit path. So picture this. Step 1, you learn how to build a simple no-code app that, say, generates custom workout plans. Step 2, you package that up as a digital product, maybe call it the personalized AI fitness planner. Once you put that for sale online, boom, step 3, it starts to generate passive income. And then finally, you could even offer that app building skill as a service to solve real problems for local gyms. See how it builds? And just to be super clear, we're not talking about some abstract ideas here. We are talking about creating real, sellable, digital things. Like an ebook on a niche topic that AI helped you write, or a super detailed PDF guide for a new software, or even a pack of social media templates. The best part? You create them once, and they can be sold over and over again with almost no extra work. All right, so you might be sitting there wondering, is this actually for me? Let's take a look at who this framework is really designed for. What's really interesting here is that it's aimed at a pretty wide group of people. Solopreneurs, small business owners, freelancers, you name it. But here's the kicker. It's also designed for the complete beginner. And that tells you that the starting point for these skills doesn't require some deep technical background. Okay, so let's bring it all home. How do all these pieces, the skills, the tools, come together to build toward that much bigger goal? Because the idea isn't just to learn a few tricks. It's about mastering a whole set of tools and topics. So this is kind of your toolkit for success. You've got the big names you'd expect, like ChatGPT, and core concepts like digital products. But you also have these absolutely crucial skills, like prompt engineering. And seriously, this one is key. It's basically the art of talking to the AI to get exactly what you want out of it. The quality of your prompt directly dictates the quality of what the AI gives you back. And look, all of these tools, all of these skills, they are all pointing in one direction. The goal here isn't just about creating a little side hustle. It's about building a scalable, mostly automated system for generating revenue online, what they call a digital income empire. And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important question. With all these AI tools making it easier than ever to create things, the biggest hurdle is changing. It's less about whether you can code, and it's becoming way more about how creative and strategic you can be. So with all that in mind, the real question is for you. What problems can you solve now, and what will your digital empire look like?